Hello there, YouTube community. This is Miss White Wolf, just checking in really quickly to see how everybody is and give you a little update, some of the things that I've been up to, and share my little witchy corner of my kitchen where I actually work. Whenever I work from home, I'm home today. We've got appointments this afternoon. We have appointments every Thursday, so I work from home on Thursdays to make it a little bit easier so that I could get myself and my daughter and my husband to a location pretty quickly rather than having to commute back and forth and pick everybody up and etc. So anyhow, first off, I want to share this little beauty with you. This is a little witch that my sister-in-law had done for me last Christmas. So anyhow, I just wanted to share that with you because she's really sweet. This is something, if you're crafty, this is something that you can do for a nice gift. It could be a Yule gift, could be a birthday gift, could be just a, hey, you know, what's up gift, this is kind of cute, I thought of you, a mentor gift, whatever. But she's so sweet and I love it. It's just so thoughtful. It was beautiful. So she sits in my corner here by my home shrine. So these are some of the things. I had got this candle at an in-bulk ritual that I was at just I guess it was last weekend. Anyhow, so we lit our candles and we blew them out softly so that we could light it back whenever we wanted to feel the energy that we felt in the room when we were there. So that's that one. It's beautiful. I've relit it a couple times for some candle magic that I was doing. We just have some orange peels here. You know, you could use those for anything really. You could use it for spell work. You could use it as an incense. If you wanted to, you could use it, although I wouldn't use it this dried up. I'm going to actually cut up some, I have some oranges here that I'm going to eat an orange for lunch. Anyway, I'm getting into a whole lot of information. But I want to put some orange peels in a jar and then cover it with vinegar, because I use vinegar to make floor wash and to make window wash and all sorts of things. Stainless steel wash. But I don't like it to smell like vinegar, which is hard not to do. So if you let it sit in orange peels or lemon peels for up to 2 weeks, it will get rid of some of that vinegary smell and it will smell lovely like an orange or like a lemon. Or I guess you could probably do lime, although I don't know if it would be quite as strong. Grapefruit would be another good one. This is another candle. It's a 7-day candle that I just light when I'm working here. I should have it lit actually. Or if I'm in the kitchen, it's a good idea. If you're witchy and you like to have a candle burning on your home altar for your house spirit, it's a good idea to have it in a jar anyhow, especially if you're wandering around, then you don't have to worry about it. Mine's by my window, so of course I want it on a jar because I have several things here lying around that I just don't want to light up in flames. Anyhow, a couple other cool things. I have a piece of brick that I had picked up on the shore when I was hiking one day, and it's actually a piece of brick that had come off of a fort. So it's brick dust is very protective. You can put it across your front door outside, or even inside if you wanted to, but I would put it outside along with black salt. So of course it's pretty historic here, and I know that the forts here have, of course that's what they're there for protective measures. So to me it's even better to have something that signifies protection in more than one way. This is my little Gaia statue. She's beautiful. Then my little offering bowl. I'm going to put something in there for my house spirit. A little candle that a friend had made for me. Sorry. Other corner of the window. More candles, of course. Some stones that I had received from a ritual once upon a time. Ritual. I'm always saying ritual. Pencil crayons, because you never know. Quartzes. And stones that I had picked up. I'm always picking stones up at the beach. I know everybody is the same, I'm sure, that watches this channel. But anyhow, pine cone. Some stones over here, an apatite, couple other little things. I went to a candle magic class because I like to go. I've been doing candle magic for years, but I like to meet like-minded people. So while I was there, I picked up this beautiful Eve candle. So I do have some work to do. I might get another one. I'm going to look into getting molds because I do quite a bit of candle magic for myself, for my daughter, with everyone's permission. For my loved ones, for my husband. I wouldn't use this one for my husband. But if you're someone that does a lot of candle magic, if you're someone that, I mean, you can use little spell candles. There's nothing wrong with that. You can use large taper candles. You could even use votives. But sometimes you just want a little more oomph. So I picked this up at a witchy store, a metaphysical store. Here in Canada, I think it was, I don't know, $10, something like that. But I mean, you can get them online. You'd have to pay the shipping. Sometimes it's good to support your local witchy store anyhow, and it's always nice to go and see what everybody has, because everybody has something different. What else am I going to show you here? A couple other things. Star Child Incense. If you've not tried it, do. I don't know how much I could say about this. I love this incense. This incense is beautiful. This is sun incense. They have several scents of different incenses. It's all natural. It's not, I love incense as much as the next person, but there's some incenses that are just high in perfume and not so much in natural herbs and scents, and oils, and it just takes your breath away. The older you get, if you have sinus issues or breathing issues, the harder it gets. So I recommend Star Child Incense like nobody's business. It's beautiful. I also, now this is open, you can't really see too much of it, but I had picked up a bag of Storax from them as well. Beautiful Storax. It's gorgeous. It's just beautiful. If you like to work with Hecate, or if you have a use for Storax incense or dried Storax crushed instead of the liquid Storax, wow, I recommend this. It's just amazing. I mean, you might pay, depending on how much you order, you might pay a little bit in shipping, but well worth it to me anyhow. A couple other things that I wanted to share with you. One of them is another thing that I have that I can't, oh, here it is. So my birthday just happened. One of my best witchy friends had given me a witch's composition book. It's amazing. I'm going to take this with me when I go to courses. I mean, you could use it as a journal. You could use it for whatever you wanted. You could put recipes in it. You could use it as a book of shadows if you wanted. Anyway, look at the pictures. Isn't it cute? It's so cute. And I use composition books. I have a number of these, but this is wonderful because this is just witchy, and this is what I'm going to use it for, my witchy stuff. I mean, you can buy them on Amazon. Here in Canada, I looked it up. I think it's about $12. I don't know what it would be American, but it's just so cute. A lovely gift, to tell you the truth. It's probably a better gift to give than anything else. I really don't know if I would have forked the money out to buy this myself, but wow, it's so special to receive something like this. Anyhow, I wanted to share it because it's beautiful. So not too long ago, and I'm getting to my next subject here, I had purchased a piece of moldavite. It's not really big. Moldavite's quite expensive, hard to find, but if you get a piece of it, it's a nice thing to have because it helps you with your spiritual development. Just the energies in it, you can just feel it, and it's gorgeous. It's just so beautiful, and it's supposed to be, I need to do a little bit more research on this, but it's supposed to be a really good thing to wear in addition to bloodstone, which again, another one of my favorites. As you can tell, I have a large piece here. So these two together, and you can almost tell by looking at them. Oh my God, just give me a second here. Are amazing with each other. They really complement each other. They work well together. Like, you can just look at them. Just look at them. Look at the colors in the bloodstone up against the moldavite. I don't know, that whenever I'm working with stones, if I'm working with stones together, sometimes that's what I'll do. I'll put them together and see if I can actually see how one is in the other, you know what I mean? Like, oh, like I can see the green here. It's very, very similar. Anyway, sorry, off on a tangent here. So during the blood moon, the super moon, and the super moon and the lunar eclipse, I had put a couple things out to get charged on the 31st. I had put out some water. I used filtered water. I didn't have, it doesn't have to be filtered. It could be tap water if that's all that you have. You don't have to go crazy. It doesn't have to be any special kind of water. It's good if it could be from a natural source like a lake or an ocean, but if you don't have access to them, then you can use whatever water you can find. Usually if it's in the summertime, fall, spring, I will go to the lake just up the road. I did a video on that not too long ago, and I will collect moon water. However, in January here in Nova Scotia, we don't collect moon water in the wintertime because the lake is frozen. So I had drawn some water into my jar here. I had cleansed it, sterilized it, and then saged it. And then these are my homemade labels, masking tape. It works. It works well. This is what you want to do. You want to put pardon my scribbling, but you want to put exactly what it is. So this is water. Maybe I didn't put that down, but anyway, I'll put the H2O beside it. From the supermoon, from the full moon and the lunar eclipse. And I also indicated that the moon was in Leo because sometimes there could be something that you're trying to do where the moon in Leo would actually complement a spell or some ritual work, or I don't know, some sort of wash that you're trying to wash away. And then I put the date down on it. I will put this in my witchy cupboard, someplace safe where it's not going to get knocked over or interrupted. The same thing with this. I have some kosher salt. I had put this outside on my deck to soak up the moon rays on the full moon, and I did the same thing. I put the date down. I put what it is, and it's going to go in my witchy space. What I'm actually going to use this for, one of the things I'm going to use this for, I did a video on wards. I created some wards for the property, the corners of my property. Amazing. I really do feel like it was a good thing for me to do for our home. But I haven't meditated on them since I put them down. Actually, that's a lie. We had a really bad storm here one night. I was afraid that the roof was going to be torn off of my house. It was 160-kilometer winds. It was crazy. So I honed in on that, and I meditated on those corners, and I meditated to keep my house protected. And it was, I mean, a neighbor lost a lot of shingles on her roof. She actually had to get her roof replaced the next day because most of them actually blew off. There were several people not far away from where I live where the roof completely blew off of their house. So anyway, I feel like it was beneficial for me. It made me feel safe as well. It makes me feel connected with my space. So that's what I do. So I'm going to put some salt. I'm going to feed my wards some of this yummy salt. And anywhere along my property where I feel like maybe I need it. You could do that if you had oodles of black salt, you could do that as well. But I don't know anybody that has this much black salt. I could make some, but maybe I will for the corners at another time. But I plan on checking in on my corners, at least every 3 months. Meditating, charging them up, and giving them something that I feel like maybe they might need. And right now I feel like they need some of this beautiful salt, and I'm going to give them some. So that's a couple of the things that I had done on the full moon and what I wanted to do with my wards that I wanted to share with you. But before I go, I want to also share with you my Rose of Jericho plant that I had purchased. I purchased this actually at Yule, just before Yule. I gave one to my friend and I kept one for myself. Now, before I put this in water, I think it needs a bigger bowl. That's fine. Before I put this in water, it all kind of looked like this. And this is actually the very ends here. It's very coarse. As you get a little deeper, you can see it's getting greener. This plant rejuvenates itself. All you need to do is add water. You take the water away, it will all just dry up and it will just close up like a spider does. Anyway, not a very good analogy, but it is. So you can use the water in this bowl. It's said to have very magical properties. It's said that the water will return your good deeds when it's propagated with faith and love. Could erase harmful influences. Could bring peace, harmony, and abundance. It's used in love and money spells. You can use the water to sprinkle it around your house and bring in peace on yourself and your floors, your doorways, or anoint your candles. You can anoint your candles with this water. That's great. Should not rot. Well, I think I might have to get a bigger bowl. I'm not convinced about that with this bowl. I feel like it's a little too snug. If it's dried out for 2 days or more, it will start to dehydrate. But that's fine, like I said, because all you have to do is add water. So it's a great gift. If you ever come across one of these things, it's wonderful to give to witchy friends because it's really, really useful. And if this gets bigger, I actually might section a little piece off for some of my other friends because it's an amazing plant to have, especially if you like to do love, money spells, or anything of the like. It's just beautiful. It has some wonderful properties. One more thing I wanted to share with you, and I don't know if I ever did before. My witch's finger. Has anybody ever owned one of these? Let's see if I can get someplace where I'm actually going to see it. It is beautiful. I love this thing. I use it all the time. Now I'll tell you what I use it for mostly is whenever I am drawing my banishing pentacle or my invoking pentacle over magical items. This is what I use it for. I use it as a wand, as some people would use a wand, an extension of my finger. If I'm drawing a circle or if I'm closing the circle, this is what I use it for. Because I feel like it has power and I feel very, very comfortable with it. If I am writing a spell in the air, I use it for that as well. But I think this is one of those crystals that actually just keeps growing. Like, look at it. It's got little warts on it. Anyway, another great tool to have. If you come across one of these, they're relatively inexpensive. This one might have been, I mean, it's, I don't know, it's about 4 inches long, maybe 5 inches, probably 4. It was about $15. Worth the investment. Well worth the investment. I would get another one. I actually might. You could put it on the end of a staff. If you're making a wand yourself, you could use this and put it on the end. Lots of things you could use this for. Lots and lots of energy. But if you're not used to it, you will definitely, when you pick one of these bad boys up, you will, and I'm sorry I called you a bad boy, but you will feel the energy from this crystal, 100%. Anyhow, but it does want to work with you. I felt that. It wanted to work with me, so this was the one for me. I had picked up a friend's witch's finger and it was like, woo, I got a little woozy. I had to put it down. Anyhow, this was a really, really quick video. I'm sorry for coming in and out, but just wanted to kind of share with you and let you know what I'm up to these days and what I had around, and you know, in case you're ever interested in some of these items, you can find them yourself and you can use them as an everyday tool. Blessed be everyone. Have a great day. Bye now.